All right, so this is problem number 43. And what I think I'll do here, and the first thing you want to do is try and get rid of your negative exponents. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. So I'm going to have x plus y in parentheses, and I'm going to take the y to the negative 1 and just bring it underneath. Minus 2x, and I'll do the same with the x plus y in the other term. I'll put that to the negative 1 power. We'll bring that and make it a denominator. Divided by, I have x minus y over y. Remember, we're just taking that y to the negative 1 and putting it down here. Plus 2x over x minus y. And that's where we're at so far. Now, we have a complex fraction. That means we have fractions within a fraction. And how can I get rid of all these fractions here? And that's what I have to look at. So we want to multiply by the common denominator. And what's the common denominator of those three different things? Y, x plus y, and x minus y, all three. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the top by y times x plus y, x minus y, and also the bottom, x plus y, x minus y. That is the common denominator. Right? Follow me so far? Okay. I'm really multiplying by 1, so I'm not changing the value, but it's going to change the look of it. All right, and I'll put parentheses around here because I want to make sure that I distribute. When I multiply this first term by this, what's going to cancel out? The y's will cancel out. And I'm left with x plus y times the x plus y times the x minus y. Right? Because only the y's cancel out. Minus the x plus y's will cancel out now, won't they? This x plus y and this x plus y will cancel out now, right? And so I'm left with 2xy times x minus y. You follow that? So in my numerator, I've gotten rid of these two denominators. Now let's take a look at the denominator, and I'm going to do the same thing. The y's will cancel, and I've got x minus y times x minus y, x plus y. Plus, now the x minus y's will cancel out, won't they? And I have 2xy times x plus y. When you get to this point, you've now made a complex fraction into a regular fraction, or a rational expression. I cannot start crossing anything out. You know why? You know why I can't cross anything out? Anyone? Anyone? Well, it's not factored. And the only time you can cross stuff out is when it's factored. And I have two terms in the numerator. I have this term and this term. And I have two terms in the denominator, the first term and the second term. Did everybody follow so far? Question? Ask me. You didn't get what? Okay. If you have a question, ask me. I can go over something.
why is it not in factored?
Well, it's not in factored form because it wasn't in factored form when we started with, and it's still not. But I'm going to factor it. I'm not done with it yet, but I will factor it because it can factor. I have two terms on top. And take a look at these two terms. And what do they have in common? An x minus y. There's an x minus y in the first term and an x minus y in the second term. So I'm going to factor it out. Distributive property. I'm going to factor it out. X minus y times, I'll use brackets, times x plus y times x plus y. Now if I multiply these together, won't I get my first term? X minus y times x plus y times x plus y? Yes. Minus 2xy. Because x minus y times 2xy will give me my second term up here. Look at the denominator. What do they have in common? X plus y. So I'm going to factor out the x plus y. I'm taking out this x plus y. So I have x minus y times x minus y plus, I took out the x plus y, didn't I? So I've got plus 2xy. I still cannot reduce anything yet. I don't have anything I can cross off. But let's simplify inside the brackets. X plus y times x plus y gives me x squared plus 2xy plus y squared using FOIL minus 2xy. In the denominator, I'll do the same thing inside the brackets. I'll square x minus y times x minus y. That is x squared minus 2xy plus y squared plus 2xy. Close that brackets. Brackets are the same as parentheses. Simplify the numerator. Well, let's see. 2xy minus 2xy cancel. In the denominator, negative 2xy and a positive 2xy cancel. What am I left with in the numerator? X squared plus y squared. What am I left in the denominator? X squared plus y squared. They're the same, aren't they? Brackets cancel. Okay? And so I'm left with x minus y over x plus y. That's what I'm left with. Okay?